This wonderful looking contraption is actually an actuator for a side step on a Range Rover vehicle. It also doubles as a jacking point. And what's happened is that goes in there like that, pivots on that pin, and it's been seized up where it pivots on the motor throw there. It's actually sheared the aluminium off, clean break, and bent that pin. So my job is to mend it. That's straightforward enough, weld up and re-drill. It's probably decent aluminium, it feels quite heavy. Good chance to be. I've also got to get that pin out of there, make a new pin probably. The pin's bent. It looks like it's held in. I think a C-clip or a C-clip in there. We'll have a look and see if we can get that apart first. Make a new pin and then go from there. I think that's just a bush in there. A split bush, and the pin's been routed over. On the end it looks like it's been popped over to hold it in place. They're all exactly the same. The pin's quite a tight fit in there, and it's actually just pivoted in the end, so I think I might just try and cut that through. I don't know what it's made of. Looks like stainless. It's not. It's not hard anyway. Yeah, it's closed in. Right, excellent. So now hopefully they should just come to there quite easily, like that. They are in fact just a little bush. So I need to make a new pin. I'm sure that's 10mm. We'll have a look and measure up. I think a rubber bush in there, a plastic bush. Of course it would be, wouldn't it, Land Rover? Couldn't just be 10mm, could it? Right, so that's actually 3/8. I've got a bit of 3/8 silver steel there which will do the job. I wonder why they used 3/8. They must have had a bit of spare bar line about somewhere. It's just a simple matter to make a pin to go through there. Same length as that one. And then we've got some welding to do. Right, the pin won't go through because this side here appears to be bent. Flat face on there. It is, it's bent in over. Well, that one's bent out or the other. I think it's that one that's bent. Getting better. Aye, you know, I knew that was going to happen, the bastard. Right then, Johnny lad, you better fix that now, won't you? Fucking hell. Aye, well, at least I can line it up now, can't I? Bloody hell. I've got a pin to line it up with. Aye. John, man. I knew that was going to happen, and I still carried on and broke the bastard. Right. I've done what I'm good at, which is pulling myself and the people out the shite. It welded up very nicely. It's a bit of good material, and now they are lined up very nicely indeed. When I come to weld that bit, I'll take the camera up and try and get a nice arc shot of building that up. But that's going to work out quite nicely. In a way, it's just as well it broke off because it was all twisted. When I come to put it together, it was nowhere near fitting in the crack where it broke. No excuse for being a clumsy bastard, but that's just the way it is, I'm afraid. So it's welded in quite nicely all the way around. Happy with that. This is the piece I've got to weld up. What you've probably seen me do in the past is I put a bit of steel in there like that, and I lay a weld around the top of it, knock the pin out, and you're left with a reasonably sized hole. The trouble is with this being such a large area, the pin will get stuck when the aluminium cools down, and I won't be able to get the pin out. It'll be a bit messy. So what I'm going to do is line this up in the milling machine so I can drill the hole once I've got it welded up. I'll bring the camera on so you can see the idea. I've got to line it up, and then we can hopefully go and get some welding done. There's a nice flat face on the back of there. So I've got a touch in the back jaw on the vise, and I've got it right up against the side of the jaw there. So I tighten that up in the vise. Put a little nip on it. That's the right size drill, so we can jiggle the X and Y axis about until we get the drill to be a nice fit in there. Right, that's pretty good. So what I'll do is I'll lock the axis off at that, then it means we can come, put this back in the vise, drill the hole, and the job's going to be lined up. It's not super critical, but it's going to be reasonably accurate. We've got one lock under there, like that, and there's two 17mm bolts to lock it that way. Right, that gets locked up so it can't move. Right, I've cleaned it up a little bit with the die grinder so it's nice bright shiny metal. I'm going to fill that cloth in first, and then we'll do some weld build up on it. I'll see what sort of arc shots I can get. Hopefully they'll work out quite nicely on this. It's a nice clean welding job. Just clean the arc around first to get some heat into it. Looks like a chunk of aluminium. And then we've got to put some power in now. It's starting to melt quite nicely. You can see the little black bits after the crap falling out of it. It's basically that's not bad material, all that's ready. This is all I got with the strike of the weld. And so that's the first pass. You can see it has pulled some crap into itself. These are the settings I use to weld that aluminium. It's on AC TIG, it's on easy set. I'm using a 2.4mm tungsten, I use a 2.4 for most things. I put it in 6mm thick. Using silicon based aluminium, silicon based rod. Put it down to corner joint. Pulses off. Using a pedal. It's going to give us 195 amps. It didn't need 195 amps, but it was nice to have it. It probably welded at 140 to 150. That's exactly how I welded it. I use a WP20 water cooled torch. That will sand anything that this machine will put out. The welder will go up to 260 amps on the manual settings. And welding that is the first time I've had the cooling fan cut in on this, and I was welding for a solid 10 to 15 minutes before the fan cut in. It's welded up very nicely, decent quality aluminium. I've flashed the edges with a grinder. We're going to mount it back in here now. This is where I worked before. It'll pee off. I was up to the edge of there. I had the flat face up against the stop on the vise, which is there. That's where it was. We've got plenty of material to play with. I'm happy with that. We'll put a smaller drill in, drill it first and then go from there. That's all the way through. I'm going to measure up and get a drill. It's a few thou smaller than 3/8 because I want that to be a tight fit in there. Well, the hole sits in the middle at both ends. That's always a good start. And that's going to be nice tap-in fit in there because this is still warm. Possibly a drop of Loctite. Happy with that. Just make a pin for the end of it now. Already marked it for length. Right, it's time to put it together. It's definitely the way it goes like that. And that should tighten up as it goes into there. I want to make sure it hits the hole, obviously. That's pretty good. The bastard's got me thumb. Right, we're happy with that, I think. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We're now less than 500 away from the magical 100,000. Anyway, thanks for watching.